What's up, guys? It's Lord Saint, and today we have an import from Indonesia. If you've been following me, if you've subscribed to my channel from the beginning, you've seen that I have imported plants from Indonesia in the past, mainly Anthurium on the inside of this box. It's been a while since I've imported any plants, but I decided, hey, what the heck? I was in search of a red vein dark phoenix, one that I found in 2 locations. I found via a seller in Indonesia, but I also purchased one from Cartel Dawn that will be arriving later in August. But I figured, what's better than one red vein dark phoenix? And the obvious answer is 2 red vein dark phoenixes. I took a stab at importing some Anthurium that I've been after for a little bit, mainly again the red vein dark phoenix, to include a few others. And this was shipped out last Friday, if I'm not mistaken, Thursday, Friday. It arrived in the States, I want to say Monday, and it is now Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, and it was delivered this afternoon. This is probably, I think on 2 instances I've had a seamless shipping process. I've been on top of the game here with DHL, which is how they sent it to me, and I got the app. I'm tracking it, and whenever they need necessary documents, extra stuff, I'm sending it right over. So this was one of the faster deliveries to date that I've have so far. On the box here, you can see the repacked, which means that this was checked, and then obviously you ain't importing anything unless you have this. But without further ado, because I'm excited, you guys always, please, if you haven't watched my previous import videos, watch my previous import videos. This is probably the most exciting time for me. I love plant mail, but I especially love import plant mail. So without further ado, let's start slicing and dicing. Let's get this box opened. And I always try to be a little gentle with opening the boxes on these because I don't want to nick any plants. Ooh. Is there a glow coming off of this? All right. Let's get this started. Love the tissue. The quality of the tissue is fantastic. The tissue doesn't matter, folks. Maybe I'll use it later on. I never really worry about the packing of these. I once waited 2 weeks for an import to come in and 0 issues. I was shocked, rather. I was freaking out. I'm messaging the seller and I'm like, oh no, what are we gonna do? How are we gonna fix this? You know what? And they came in and all the foliage or majority of the foliage on the plants was green. Everything was alive, which was impressive for me that 2 weeks in the mail, this is how they arrived. Now, in my experience, even shipping plants on my own, Anthurium tend to do well with shipping. If you have a different experience, the seedlings specifically that I have shipped off to people, if anything has gotten lost in the mail, it's been maximum 7 days, but it's arrived and they've been healthy. I've never had a complaint shipping any Anthurium seedlings to anyone. So generally they do well. So if you plan on importing Anthurium from anywhere, they generally do well as long as the seller takes care and packages them appropriately. Okay, so in this mix we should have a total of 8 plants that I imported. Again, I already divulged one of them, which was the red vein dark phoenix that I was interested in, that I said, you know what, why not? Let's gamble. Let's see how this comes in. Again, this will be the second one. This is the first one to arrive, but this will be the second one. I did order one from Cartel Dawn. Again, Goliath, last import that I had. This was the import that was a 2-week-long import. I got a seedling of the Goliath, and unfortunately, the Goliath didn't make it. It just, I guess, too small. I don't know what it was. I couldn't revive it. I couldn't bring it back. But I am better versed in the seedling care or reviving plants I unalive, or almost unalive rather. So I feel way more confident in anything that would show me signs of needing the Lord Saint revival. So we have the Goliath there. We have Blue Pap crossed with XOne. And just a note about the XOne. I got into this discussion with a plant friend of mine, and the XOne that you see, let's get just really quick touch on the topic of these plants, just to give you guys an example. If you're buying plants from anybody and you see XOne, like a lot of times these plant names, and then I think on the consensus, and anybody can correct me in the comment section down below, we're all learning. I'm just giving information as I kind of interpret it. When you order the XOne, you may see XOne from major known sellers that are just a specific type with specific features, and you're ordering XOne or you're importing XOne and they may not have those specific features. Just understand that if the seller's not telling you that it is an offshoot or something of that plant, a clone of that plant, that you may be just ordering what the person merged two of the same or different plants of the same variety together, and they're using the moniker or the name XOne. For instance, if you were to buy Delta Force from somebody, you're probably not purchasing unless there's a high price and that person can tell you they have information of the original Delta Force that they have, or which is probably an offshoot or something of that nature. If not, they should be labeling that it's either tissue culture or something of that nature to let you know. That's a good indication that, okay, you're not getting the original Delta Force, which is fine, but just understand a lot of the times some of these plant names that we get are derived, or they do derive from specific mother plants or specific plants that have been hybridized together and they've achieved specific characteristics. So if you're thinking that you're just going to get a Delta Force and it cost you, $70 and this is what it is, you're probably very wrong. To get a clone or an offshoot of those specific plants generally is a lot. For instance, if you wanted the Ace of Spades, right? And we're talking Ace of Spades from Bill. That dollar amount is going to be in the thousands of dollars for an actual Ace of Spades from his Ace of Spades mother plant. If you're just going to buy Ace of Spades anywhere, you want to import Ace of Spades, you don't really have the lineage of where that is. So just be aware when you're ordering, especially importing, you're buying just mainly a lot of times for the looks, unless the plants, which Indonesia is really known for, amazing hybrids, unless they're known for a hybrid in specific, XOne or something. Just make sure, if you want that specific, you want it to have that specific features of one that you see that have really just hit the market hard, that it's a clone or it's an offshoot or something like that, they'll label it, they'll label it, things of that nature, so you can get the features of that specific one. But if you want it to look exactly how that is, it's probably going to be an offshoot or something of that nature. All my ANTHURIUM peeps that are just gurus in this, please drop comments or explanations down below to help us out with this explanation. I hope I'm not just rambling or I didn't confuse anybody, but drop comments down below to help us out. Again, I'm learning just like everybody else here is trying to learn, and we do want to know, we want to make informed purchases. But if you're like me, a lot of times I'm buying these plants or I'm importing based off of features or looks that I like. I like to hybridize or create my own hybrids, but I do know if I want a specific plant, I'm going to be spending, and I do know what to look for and how to acquire a genuine specimen. So back to it. Blue Pap, Dark Phoenix. Now, I have a Dark Phoenix that I imported before. Now the features on it are a little bit different than your average Dark Phoenix. So I took a stab and I ordered 2 more Dark Phoenixes. I saw the photos of them. Obviously, I always ask for photos before I do my imports. I want to make sure I'm getting the exact one that they're showing me. That way I can sort of choose the features on it that I want. These 2 should look more like a generic. I'm calling it a generic, but the sought after Dark Phoenix that we see with the beautiful lobes. The last one I have is a little bit different. Am I mad at that? Absolutely not. I think the one that I got before is absolutely gorgeous. This just means that, maybe I have an extra that has a few different features. I'm good with that. Red Spider, which I should have imported a long time ago. Red Spider has been on my list for a long time now. I think with the success that I have seen, you guys see I'm sweating bullets here, which is fine. If you guys seen the Forgetii that my current Forgetii that I have, which has been an OG in my collection, just the size of it has really just pushed me back towards or peaked or has the size of that, or just everything about that, just the beauty of it has really pushed me back towards the red spider. So I decided this time, hey, I want to get the red spider. Now this one's Anthurium Black Sweet. It's spelled EAT here, but I think it's Black Sweet. And that's it. That's all that's in the box here. I'm gonna move that over here, and one by one we're gonna go through these things, and then I'll tell you guys how I rehydrate them, and based on how the roots look, I'll tell you how we're gonna or how we're gonna pot these up for their acclimation process. Let's start with Anthurium Black Sweet. And if anybody knows me, you know that I'm really into dark Anthuriums. I'm really into Paps, but dark Anthuriums are kind of my thing. Anything that's dark, I'm there for it. Just something just really sexy about a dark Anthurium. I don't know. Since I've got the Anthurium bug, it was everything that was dark and Pap related. So either or. So let's see what we have here. And if you're wondering how I rehydrate these plants, a lot of times based on how the roots look, or regardless of how the roots look, it's the same thing, or whether it be a couple of hours or overnight, I will let it soak in water. I'll just put the moss that it comes with, I'll let that sit in some water. And in that water, I'll put like a drop of Super Thrive just to kind of boost the nutrients. And then in the morning, or whatever point I get the next day, or later tonight, whatever it is, I will pot it up into the mix of my choice. With these seedlings, what I plan on doing is potting them up, and what I use to rehab my chunks or my tiny seedlings that I almost unalive, and that is with perlite and fluval. I make a mix. Generally, I think it's like 60-40 or 70-30 perlite fluval, and I put that in a self-watering pot, and I let the plant sit in there, and everything has come back from the dead. Everything, all the seedlings that I have that I'm trying to revive, I'm trying to bring back, they all love it. So I've had nothing but success with that. So that's the plan on anything that's generally on the smaller side that I'm getting today, i.e. this one. And beautiful. It's always nice to see. You have these white roots. Like you said, like you can see here, this is a bit darker, it's a bit different. I'm bringing it up close so you guys can see. And then I show you the roots, which look great. This perlite fluval, it's definitely going in there after it soaks. You can feel that it's ready to be rehydrated. Even the moss is somewhat very lightly damp. You can tell that it was, but it's definitely ready. So we'll push that one off to the side. That's our first one. Happy with the first one. Very happy. We'll go with the red spider, which is one of the larger ones. Again, always try to request photos. If you are going to import, request photos of the exact plant. Have them send you the one so you can make an informed decision on what you're getting. I wouldn't go grower's choice when you're trying to get stuff, unless you're ordering seedlings and you're just like, yeah, send me whatever it is. You're ordering large bulk seedlings, or you really trust your seller. But ask for photos. I got photos of this one. It was obviously, you see it's larger. It was more on the more mature side, and I liked it. It looked a little bit different. It was, it wasn't crazy vibrant for a red spider. It wasn't anything crazy, but I liked the way it looked. Okay. And I just love the care. Looking here, look at the napkin behind all the essential points. This is great. I always try to take note of how these are sent to me, so then I can replicate the process when I start to, or when I send or sell Anthurium to folks. And this is gonna get interesting when the new leaf, which there is one, or there is a point when the new leaf emerges, then I'll have a better idea of what that center punch looks like. But this is what it is. It's healthy. Here, and then here's the back of it. Here you can see. Let's get to the root. All right. And then we have another one ready to rehydrate. Definitely ready to rehydrate. As you can see, those roots look like right there, which is good. Definitely satisfied. Beautiful velvet leaves on this one. The shimmer on it is just fantastic. I can't wait to grow that one out. Let's go to the Dark Phoenixes. Let's do back-to-back Dark Phoenix. We have Luna in the background, chasing Lord knows what, lizards, iguanas. She keeps the plant safe back here, and she's like, "Hey, Dad, how you doing?" She loves to be outdoors. You've seen I have two dogs. I have Khaleesi and I have Luna. Luna is the outdoors maniac. She will chase iguana out here all day. Doesn't matter how hot it is outside, she's going for it. Khaleesi's more of the, I'll be inside. She's the bougie one. So Luna likes to be out here with me. Khaleesi's like, all right, let me know when you guys are coming back in. Okay. Let's get this open. All right. Good. Again, good on the roots. We have some yellowing on the foliage. I'm fine with. I'll show you guys predominant one that I saw that I know that's going to give me the good features of that Dark Phoenix. That's that shape that I was looking for. The last one kind of had warped. It was like a fat boy almost, but that's what that looks like. And then we have the roots there, which look great. We have the yellowing on one of these. Again, I'm okay with this. The roots are what's more important to me. I know some of you get this and you see cosmetic damage on your foliage and you start freaking out. It's okay. The plant is going to grow many, many leaves for you as long as these roots are happy. So don't worry too much about the foliage. Obviously, some is great for the characteristics, but when you're importing, this looks fantastic for an import to me. Even if I got this like this domestic, I'd be 100% okay with this, because this is what I'm concerned with. Are these healthy? Can I bring this back? All right, and here's number 2 of the Dark Phoenix. Remember, I ordered 2 of them because last time, oh, this one has a baby leaf coming. Hopefully I can keep that one alive. I may need to get more fluval for all of these plants. Maybe I'll put it in order after this. My Amazon store, I will link it down below. If you're like, what is fluval? What is he putting in there? It is, I have it in my Amazon store. So you too can get it, and it is well priced for the quantity. Okay, here we go. Oh, actually, let's look at the foliage. This is a beautiful one too. Again, very satisfied with the shape, characteristics. Dark Phoenix, definitely Dark Phoenix. This one did better. The foliage is really nice on this one, and like I said, it has a tiny one emerging. Great roots. This is best roots thus far. I'm gonna tell you right off the bat. These are the best roots, ready to go, ready to be rehydrated in some fluval. And then there's our baby right there. But yeah, this one's very nice. Very happy with this one. I'm glad I got 2. Let's go to blue. Well, you know, let's go Goliath because I wasn't successful with Goliath last time. It's nothing I could do. You know, sometimes you lose them, and with each import or plant purchase, you grow within the care. Unless we're talking about Queen Anthurium, which I've killed maybe 3 already, but I'm gonna continue trying. But with these, I know what my mistake was. I mean, I wasn't happy with the way it arrived. Like I said, it was in the mail for 2 weeks, and I think the size of it was just a goner from beginning. But I've always wanted Goliath. I love the way it looks, so definitely wanted to get another one this time around. Okay. Okay, here's where we are. Good. Let's see how these roots look. Good. I can do something with this. Just got to get it hydrated, and we're good to go. Happy with it. I'm happy so far. We have 3 more out of the 5 we have so far. We're scoring, out of the 5 we have so far, we're scoring. I'm gonna save the Red Vein Dark Phoenix for last because I'm really curious to see how that one comes in and what it looks like. And this one is the Blue Papi. Ooh, that's dark. That's beautiful. Definitely glad I got this. Show you guys the foliage right now. May have to be nice, slender, thin foliage. You can see there. And let's get to these roots. Let's see what we're cooking. Nice. Beautiful. Again, we're winning with our roots. We're just winning. Now this one had a new one coming, but yeah, I didn't make it. Fine with that. I'm okay. But the foliage, everything's great on the foliage. Look how just slender and beautiful that is. I hope you can see. I don't know if the camera's going to do it justice of how dark the foliage is, but it is beautiful. Very beautiful. So we're good. We have 2 more. The next one is going to be a hybrid. It's, well, clear hybrid. It's blue, so blue Pap crossed with Pap XOne. I think this was a bonus. So let's see what this one looks like. This is, it's been very hot down here in South Florida. Clearly I'm sweating while I'm making this video, but there is an occasional breeze that is just flowing through here. This just feels really good, really good. I actually think we're supposed to get some inclement weather in the next couple days, so maybe that has something to do with it. It's way easier to shoot this at night, even in the shade house, than to battle just the sun and everything that it brings with it. It's just too hot during the day. Okay, again, I said Blue Pap XOne. Oh, that's very nice. I actually really like that. I'm excited about that. I like how the sinus, it's probably not going to continue off like that, but just look, whoop, it's almost like a flatter sinus. That's pretty cool. I like that. The foliage looks great. Some a little bit of yellowing on the other one, but I don't care about that. Let's get this open. Let's see what the roots look like. Let's continue the winning trend of healthy roots. Yep. There we go. You can see the roots there. Beautiful. Good healthy roots. There's the baby that came in. Hopefully you can see that there. This looks good. This is cool. I'm excited to grow this one. This is very cool. Boop. Okay. And the one I've been waiting on, which is the red vein Dark Phoenix. Let's see if my gamble paid off. You can see some red veins from the back. See some red veins from the back. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. This is gonna be gorgeous. This is bumpy, and the sheen on it is just really nice. And I'm hoping the camera again does it justice. But hopefully you can see there. You can look at the center punch there. Oh, let me get out of that frame so it focuses. You can see that center punch there. I can see the red veins on it. You can see in the center there. We take a look at, I hope it's gonna, you can look at the stem there and you can see we have red coloration. This looks good. This looks good. I'm excited about this one. Let's see what it does. I think this was a good gamble for me. I like this one. I'm eager to see how the other one comes in from Cartel Don. If it's going to be similar sizing or not. Like I said, it'll be 2 months from the time that I purchased it, that I receive it. But I'm curious to see. I'd like to weigh it against this one. But this one does look really good. Like, this is going to be one sexy beast as long as I can keep it alive. It's very bumpy and it has a beautiful sheen on it, like I said, and you can see the veining is very, it's out there, it's prominent. Hopefully it just gets better as it continues to grow. Let's go 8 for 8 here. And if everything else was good on the roots, and we're good. We are good. Ooh, long boy root in there. Roots are good. White. Happy. I'm happy with this. I am happy with this. Very happy with this. This import has produced nothing but great, nice Anthurium for me to add to my collection. If you've been following me, you've seen in the previous 2 videos, I've dropped my Anthurium mix. But before I put these or introduce these to my Anthurium mix, again, what I'm gonna try to do, because I've had nothing but success with it, I'm gonna put it in a mix of perlite and fluval. Again, the ratio, you can go 60 to 40%. We're gonna go percentage 60 to 40, or you can go 70 to 30 perlite fluval. And when I use that, I do it in a self-watering pot. I have ones that I made, so I'm gonna put them in there. Everything seems to do great in there. They like the process of being in that mix in the self-watering pot. It's great for the root development, so I've experienced so far. Stuff that I've unalived, or even chunks that I've stripped back, just straight chunks, I've thrown them in there and put them in, put a cover on them for the humidity, and they've come back. If you follow any of my contact, I had silver regal that I completely just killed off. The roots went bad, and I had chunk, I cut it in half, I threw them in there. Now I have 2 silver regal with roots growing, healthy roots growing in that same mix. I have not taken them out of the fluval or the perlite fluval. So if you are getting imports, this is what I'm gonna try. Now there is also a soak process that I told you guys, water and Super Thrive. I am going to soak these in water and Super Thrive. Some people do them 24 hours. I've heard some people doing them for 48 hours. I'm probably going to do them for 24 hours. I will probably let them soak overnight. I will go to work tomorrow. When I come home from work tomorrow, I will focus on these self-watering pots, planting these in self-watering pots. Hopefully I put in an order. I think I'm out of fluval, or I'm almost out of fluval. I want to make sure I have enough for all of these. And yeah, that's how we're going to move forward. And I probably will put them in a cabinet for the boosted humidity. and we'll just see how the acclimation process goes. I'm not too worried about pests with these because they do go through inspection, and they're slam dunked. They send me videos of them being dunked and cleaned and all that prepped to be sent here. So I'm pretty content. You would see they're in moss. Like, you would see if there was anything on the foliage. There's nothing on the foliage. So for these, I tend to group them together, get them right, let them acclimate, and then a week or two in, then I'll introduce them to my normal regimen of pest preventative, which is a weekly spray down on the foliage and then a wipe down with microfiber cloth. I am very happy. I think this is, as I'm growing in my plant journey, as I'm becoming more fluent with Anthurium, my taste, just like with everything else, when I started off collecting plants, I was a big philodendron guy, a la the shade house that was built behind me. Anthurium or philodendron was great for me. It was just, everything grows so fast that it quickly filled up the space. But my taste kind of changed. Got into the world of Anthurium, and it's just so much fun hybridizing Anthurium and trading and collecting, and you get just so much more, I think, in my opinion, bang for the buck as far as more opportunities to trade and get different features on different plants. So here's where we're at. This one is definitely, hands down, I think my most favorite import to date. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that, my most favorite. Everything is healthy. This one was quick, and it has a few sought after plants that I have, and I get to take a stab at 2 more Dark Phoenix in addition to a red vein Dark Phoenix that I have here. We should, right, just show them side by side, and clearly you can tell in the dark, or this is Goliath. And my other Dark Phoenixes, yeah, this is clearly different. You can see the red in the veining on this. You can see the difference in here. You can see the prominent red veining on there versus you look at, ignore that other leaf, but you can see the difference in them. Happy, very happy about this. I really wanted this plant, and I'm glad I got it. Okay, so that's where we're at, folks. That's what the process is going to look like in the next few weeks. Generally, I like to watch them for about 2 weeks if nothing declines, and the roots look good. Nothing's declining with the roots. The roots are healthy, and they're beginning to just sort of do their things. I always use the tiny clear pots. Everything I use is clear, so I can keep an eye on it. I know we've scored. Great success. Great success. And then from there, it's just keeping them happy until you get new foliage, and that foliage is happy, and then you can start to talk about moving it or transitioning it to whatever normal potting mix you like to use for your smaller plants into their maturity. So that's another import with Lord Saint. Again, I appreciate you guys joining me here this evening. If you are new, this is the first video you're watching here, please subscribe to the channel if you like this video. Drop a comment below. Teach us some things if you will. This is a growth atmosphere. I don't claim to know everything. I know nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow. But I'm always eager for you guys to school me on stuff and for all of us to learn together as any tips or corrections you may have. That's what the plant community is all about. So please, if you enjoyed this video or if you're enjoying the channel so far, subscribe, like, drop a comment below, and take a look at my other platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and let's connect. Let's grow together. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Have a good night.